Welcome back to Ground Forces Closed Beta. Today, the War Thunder team was able to release some new tanks into testing, and I thought I would go through, try to preview them. I'll try to show you each one, a little bit of information, and then I will turn it over to just gameplay. I won't talk during that. I'll just try to get some good clips of each tank. If you guys have any questions or want to know more about a certain tank or want gameplay of each one, right now I'm just pretty much going to try and do like a T60 or T70 maybe trolling video for now, but if there's something you want to see, just let me know. And I haven't had a chance to research most of these tanks, and some of them, the early war ones, they had a lot of tier 1 stuff today, and I'm not too familiar with things like the BT7 here. Never heard of it, actually, I'm not going to lie. 45mm cannon, that's what's important. That sounds like it's pretty good for tier 1, 1937 tank. Max speed 31 miles an hour, that's pretty good, click. We had the T28, which I have heard of. And that is a ton of machine guns, but its main armament is a little bitty 76mm. I'm going to guess that's a low velocity cannon. It has the armor numbers right there, whatnot. This one only does 31 miles an hour, so it's still a pretty quick little tank, it looks like. And then we have, this is the one that everybody seemed to be kind of excited about, the ZIS-30, which I probably said that wrong, but that has a 57mm. I'm going to assume that's a, well, that's got to be high velocity, the way how big that thing is. I'm really curious to see what that's going to be like in game. I'll try to spend a little bit more time on that one. I really like the little details right here, though. You see the wood, wearing where the paint was, the little blanket. There's a little toolbox, I guess that's right there. Really neat stuff. And then we have the T60, which I've been waiting for, and I want its big brother, the T70, to be added soon. This has a 20mm cannon, and the machine gun I don't believe has been added yet. 27 miles an hour, it's a little bit slower. God, that thing is awkward looking. And then this guy was in before. That's the one I tried to play with before, but I never had much luck with the ugly T26. And then there's the big ugly T34, 1941 L11. I believe that's new as well. That's got 76mm low velocity. Like I said, I haven't been able to fact check all of this, so I could be once again wrong. Not saying it's fact, but I'm just reading what the stat card says. We have some new tanks over here in Germany, not as much. Most people are excited about the Russian tanks. But I believe this is the one that was... Actually, this is a little bit different. It's kind of a variation of the one I did my trolling video with. And you see the little differences. These things are funny looking. 37mm. I believe that's the same thing off the little pack, carts that they used for anti-tank. So that's kind of an early That's a later anti-tank cannon for light armor. We have early Stug, and this thing makes me laugh. It's got a 75mm cannon on it. 27 miles an hour, so it's quite a bit slower, but the low profile and the sloped armor here, like I said, I don't know. We'll see how this does. I'm curious to see, once again, these early tanks. And the flat Panzer, which I have not had good luck with. Another Panzer. This one has a 75mm, same cannon. You're going to see a lot of similarities with each one of these tanks. These are quite a bit slower than the Russian tanks, but they have better firepower. There's another 20mm. And then there's just so many of them. This is ridiculous. And 50mm on this guy. And then this is the one I believe I used for my trolling video, maybe. They all kind of look the same at this point. Well, let's take them in game. I will stop talking now. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, any questions, let me know. I'm going to start with Russia first, and then we'll hit by Germany at the end of the night. I have about 4 hours to do all this. Let's see what happens.
target.
So my final conclusion for tonight is, first off, I want to say congratulations to the War Thunder team for really putting the time on the tank models, the sounds, the textures, the rendering looks all really sharp in game. I don't want to rattle on too much, but there's a lot of stuff I love. And then that's a little bit of lag. Development, closed beta servers. Anyway, there hasn't been a lot of that actually. It just happened to be the one time I actually try to talk. You know, it does that. But anyway, game looks really sharp. A lot of the it looks just like the 2 weeks ago I did some of the videos. It looks a lot better in a lot of ways, and the performance is really getting up there too. So there's a lot of stuff to be happy about. The one kind of painstaking thing tonight has been the T-34 1941 has been just dominating the battlefield, and I think that needs a higher battle rating and, of course, bump to Tier 2. Fortunately, they were supposed to only put Tier 1 tanks in here tonight, and well, that's why we test, right? So we know get that thing out of here because it's dominating things like what I'm in now. This thing looks like it literally needs a freaking bulldozer blade on the front of it. And I'm gonna go clear a parking lot. But there's been some things I've had a lot of fun with. The T-60, as you see, shot down 2 aircraft with that, and it's been a fun little trolling tank. Really happy with that thing. Really a lot of fun. Was it like the BT-7 or the hell that piece of crap is? They can keep that one. I'm not a fan of that tank. And the Germans have some pretty slick stuff too, as you saw. The ZIS-30, I knew it'd have a weak damage model, but I didn't expect it to have the damage model of a Volkswagen Beetle. And I think that's kind of generous. Okay, it might have the damage model of my apartment drywall. Let's put it that way. Maybe that's a little too harsh, but you gotta remember what you're in and be very careful. And I have, as you can see, pretty carefree style of how I play armor. And so I try to make the most of whatever I'm in. But if you guys have any questions on what you've seen tonight, or want to see more of something, or you have a challenge for me, want to see me troll people in the T-60, I will gladly accept it. But for now, I'm going to see if I can kill somebody in my, I forgot what models is, the T-26, right? T-28. I think this was the T-26. It's not, I want to say the T-26 is sexy, but this is definitely not sexy too. So we have a, guess what, surprise, surprise, a T-34 in front of us. And I'm going to rush it head on and die. But, thanks for watching. Comment, like, all that great YouTube stuff. I'm just like reading my last rites as I'm charging this beast. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, that was a hit. Woo! Danger zone. Anyway, thanks for watching.